My guest here on the show, criminal defense attorney John Mobley, standing by in Colombia, South Carolina. John, good to see you. Tell me your thoughts on the sentence. 20 years for Ghislaine Maxwell, certainly not what the defense team was hoping for, but it is less than what the state was hoping for, somewhat of a compromise by her honor. Your thoughts in terms of, is this fair, is this just for the crimes she committed, and to give these victims some bit of closure for what they endured?
Well, I don't think the defense had any real hope of getting a 5-year sentence in this case. I mean, you have this predatory behavior, you have the defendant being convicted at trial. I mean, just in general, as I've always said, if a defendant goes to trial and gets convicted by a jury of all of the counts that he's accused of or she's accused of, he or she needs to expect they're going to get sentenced on the high end of the range, if not the maximum. And that's just the way it is. So I'm surprised, quite frankly, that the prosecutor didn't get what they wanted based on the nature of this case. So really at this point, for the defense and the defendant, it's all about just getting ready for the appeal and hoping they can find some issues to get another trial.
Mm-hmm. You know, for Ghislaine Maxwell, this has been life-changing, you know, for her to have lived this life of luxury for so many years. And then since really almost 2 years to the day, almost, she was arrested in July of 2020, everything changed for her. I mean, she's been behind bars ever since the feds raided her home, arrested her. I remember she was hiding in the bathroom with her cell phone covered in tinfoil, John, because she wanted to remain undetected. And today, you know, I understand that from the reporting that we're reading, and a lot of it's coming out, we only had a few moments to talk with Julia there, but apparently, you know, she did apologize to the victims, but it didn't quite come off as sincere or extensive, according to the reporting I'm reading. You know, for instance, I'm seeing something from New York Post saying that she said, "I'm sorry for the pain that you experienced. I hope my conviction and harsh incarceration brings you pleasure." Your thoughts on that, John?
That was just an asinine thing to say. I mean, you know, I would just assume that her lawyers had somewhat prepared her for what to say at sentencing. I can't imagine they did not. I mean, sometimes it's better not to say anything, quite frankly. I mean, while it's always good to extend condolences, but to make a statement like that just gives you an idea of how just narcissistic this defendant is. I mean, you know, she's been convicted of being a serial sexual predator, aider and abettor over an extended time period. And when she goes to trial, and all these girls testify about what happened and about what happened to them, the comment she makes is sort of a backhanded, half-hearted, sloppy apology where she still has to make sure she talks about herself. And quite frankly, I mean, that's the kind of thing I'm surprised the judge didn't even give her more time, because that's just a complete slap in the face. I mean, it's one thing not to make an admission that smart, because if you've been convicted, you know there's going to be appeal. You don't want to make any type of admission that could be used against you if you have a new trial. But to make a statement like that is just idiotic, quite frankly. And either A, her lawyers are idiots, which I doubt, or B, she's just someone that is just unmanageable and had absolutely no real remorse or sense of what she'd done.